phone it for Mamu Nako by very few Safuni. That's all. Send any day the kind when you go channel on your right. That's what's about like it to video. Best share and also subscribe to channel your mother for Insaki. And then your James Ashford. I usually say what is side the radar. The next one is inside. Your tall girl or the better. No watch a train back when you be a yen and as yen to yen new chicks in.
My name is Obinowa, and I'm the museum educator here, and I welcome you to Usher Fort. So actually, Usher Fort is one of the European forts that we have in the country. So due to the fact that the Dutch wanted to expand their territory in trading, they just had to come here just to acquire this piece of land, where they built a factory here around 1642. Then later in 1649, the factory that they had built, they expanded it into a fort, and they named it Fort Trefke, which meant broken heart. So the Dutch stayed here, did their business, their trading and everything. And during that time also, the British were also interested in this piece of land, leading to a war between the Dutch and the British from 1780 to 1784. And after the war had happened, the British actually succeeded in destroying the fort. So later on, the Dutch had to go and return 2 years later in 1786, whereby they rebuilt everything again and resumed their trading here. And they were able to get help from the people of the area due to the fact that the people of the area were not on good terms with the British. So they helped the Dutch to rebuild the place and resume their trading. So they traded here until in 1862 there was an earthquake that destroyed the fort once again. So this paved way for a treaty to be signed. And the treaty was signed on the 5th of March 1867 in the United Kingdom. It was between the Dutch and the British. And the name of the treaty was the Anglo-Dutch Gold Coast Treaty. So the treaty was just to redistribute the forts that belonged to both parties. So after the redistribution, the British got hold of this place. So the treaty that was signed in 1867 was supposed to take effect on the 1st of January 1868. So during that year, the British came here and built their fort here, which you are seeing now. And they built it as a prison. So the British took over this place from 1868 till later on when Ghana became independent. So afterwards, the Ghana government came here and took over the place, making this place the first prison we have in the country. And they also used this place as a prison till it was finally closed down in 1993. So this place just consists of the administration block you see up there. Then the rest of them are all cells. Most of them are all cells. So we start by visiting a cell that we call the political cell.
The political cell.
In that cell, it's quite significant because we've had people like former President John Kufuor and the late former President John Jerry Rawlings being held there as prisoners. Yeah, so Kufuor was the first to come here during the Busia time. So when his reign was overthrown, they were arrested and kept here. So Kufuor was here for 1 year and 3 months. Then later, that was when JJ came in to also come and spend some time here due to a coup d'etat he organized, which failed. So later, they held his trial and they saw that he was guilty. But the following day, right after his trial, they broke him out of here. So all that place is there. The cell where they were kept, we have it there. So we'll be moving from there and then visit the other cells as well. So here is the entrance to the political cell, and it's 4 cells in total.
4 cells in total.
The first one, the second one, the third, and the fourth one. So it has the same size. How big it is, the same as the thing that we have. So this is one of the political cells that we have. So even though this place is quite spacious, the people who were here were actually chained. They chained them as they are here. There's no bed, there's nothing. So it's you and the bed floor here. There's nothing like that here. So it applies to the other room. And this place is seen as the VIP of the cells that we have here. Where you go, you understand what I'm talking about.
This way,
they really did not give you the specific cell. The only thing that they stated was they were in this space, in one of these cells here. So we had not just former president before our former president, George Gerald. We had other people in here. And sometimes we have ex-convicts coming here just to share their story of everything that was on here. So according to history, according to things that we heard from here, Jay has been using to break out from this case here because his junior soldiers broke him out of here because they wanted him as the leader. So his trial was held, I think, on the 3rd of June. Then on the 4th of June, they broke him out of here. Then he staged another coup d'etat and he won because the people wanted him as the leader. So
is that why we have the 4th June? The 4th June, June 4.
The 4th June it even has nothing to do with
this one.
Yes. For him, even when they were breaking him out, he thought they were going to kill him because it was a coup d'etat that failed. So he thought they were going to kill him. But then the people told him that they want him to be the head of state. That is why they are taking him away from here. So that is why they took him away from here.
I feel like it's very special that maybe he was waiting for the group.
Yes.
I don't know if he was
he was the kind of person who was helping the youth a lot in terms of every kind of thing. He was helping the youth, and they saw that he was kind of a visionary leader. So with him around, he will be able to achieve a lot. So they just came for him and then they took him away. Yeah. So as I said earlier, this is like the VIP. The cell that we have.
Breaking up cells. So
and this used to be another cell, but then we can't go inside. As you can see how the inside is.
Okay.
Yes, we can't go, but we have a similar one at the other side. And with that, you can enter and look at the size of the cell. It's smaller than what you are seeing there.
Okay.
And there are other cells that are smaller than the ones here. Those are like the standard cells. Here we also have something like an execution unit here as well. So even though this place has been demolished, that's where their washrooms used to be. Yes, then here we have a chapel.
So this is the chapel for the business, right? The Asher Forts.
So later on, after the place was closed down in 1903, some refugees were here. No one used the top. No one used it because later on in 1979, this fort and other forts and castles that we have were listed as World Heritage Sites.
What?
World Heritage Sites,
okay, World Heritage
by UNESCO. That was in 1979. So at present in Ghana we have 3 slave castles and 28 forts. We used to have over 80 of them, but now we are left with 28.
Yeah, what happened to them? Can you mention some of them? Destroyed.
Yeah.
Can you mention some of them?
Most of them were built too close to the sea. So we have Fort Apollonia, Fort Fredericksburg, Fort Amsterdam, Fort St. Jago, Fort William,
Fort Antonio.
a lot of them.
What a few
Beauty of the building. Because when these people were building this place, none of their materials were taken from here. They always bring their things from here, their designs, everything they brought it here. So the only thing the Ghanaians were providing was water and labor. Yeah, you are always providing cheap labor.
what else?
All the things like the sun, some of the things that they use here is like plant seashells, lime water, adding other things, turning it into water. So it's hard for you to just renovate the forts that you have. One fort is like Fort Amsterdam. No matter what you do, even if you see how the building is, you will not be able to renovate it. Because you can't even use cement. And the cement that they use in building this fort, you see how thick it is. When you go up there, you see how thick it is. So in here, you just have like a maximum of 10-15 people in one cell. Yes, so that is how small the cell is. So if you think that this is small, there's one smaller than this. Yes. And here there's no light. Wow. So if you see points here, it was done by
So these cells contain 15 people.
Having nice programs here. People don't have to do people come here to act movies.
Okay.
Yes, shoot music videos.
Okay.
So especially a song like Asida by Lassie was shot in this particular cell. Yes. So it was shot here, and one song by Family, Eugene and Sisters here was also shot here. So we just have like, I think it's Aswade or something.
Kwame Abode, Yefan
It
Abode.
was here. So people come here, and when they come here, you at least have to make the place appear like what they want. So that's why we have this. That's So moving on, you can still see that we have more cells
Of course.
up there. So all the cells, all the rooms up there, all of them are cells. And those are the cells that are smaller. The place is quite dark and the stairs are quite big. But they have a way of building it that is very short. So that place is like a condemned kind of cell. And mostly those who have been sentenced to death, they are the ones who are sentenced. But when it's time for you to be executed in the room where they are staying, where they are standing right now.
And that was a room.
Yes, it's a room. So the execution was mostly done by hanging them. So we'll be going to the top there before we come down and visit. Yes.
Execution entertainment.
Like I wanted to ask, this iron was what was it used for?
From what I've heard, it was mostly for punishment.
Punishment.
So this is how the place is. But you have to be very careful with the stairs. spread around that chains that we have they should we have more of them at the other side as well.
Certain here, you have like one of the mindset you're going to die.
Yes. It's either you are going to die or you are not going out.
Okay. So you still die. So let's now, but not about this. As well, me Ricky.
If you know you have all of these things, you have more than 30 people being kept here. And all of them are also children. So you have the cooks there, have the rings on the floor there as well. So even though this place is big, there are lots of people here. So that is like an inner condemned cell. Inner space.
This one.
There.
So, this one you keep
Inner condensed cell.
condensed cells.
Wow. So how many people that this contain?
These are the kilograms.
Okay, so
you can see the original of the possible prayer. You can see the experience of the wall. The land of the was on the 25th of March 1992.
Okay. But maybe I thought you guys can write it, so let me try it. Oh boy, this thing will go.
Oh, really? I thought it was a motor.
You thought what?
When it was closed down, it was chopped. When it was closed down, no one was allowed to come here. So the place was just left there. No one came in here. So they closed the place down.
In the prayer, prayer. Okay, so what we are going to pray?
so please, what about this?
But sometimes we place things here ourselves. As I told that people come here, so we have to do this place to suit what they are trying to do. So they hang them here. The moment they die, they just drop the body in there.
Here.
Yes.
And do what?
Then later they just come for it. Yes, and then bury them.
Glass things or what?
It's not glass things.
Oh, okay.
We had there was a movie about slave trade.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Some foreigners came here to shoot a movie about slave trade here.
So what was this for?
This is for also part of the execution technique.
Okay, so
Electrocutes them.
electric. Oh, okay.
Let's go.
So, and where they are standing, where he's passing right now, I don't try to make it. The Google map was talking, not here. This almost everyone tells that this is where they told them to stop. So this used to be the entrance. You can see how old the gate is. So it seems like that is the other door. So it's built like a prison entrance. Yeah. So the Dutch forts that got destroyed during the earthquake, it's not all of them that was completely destroyed. This part here belongs to the Dutch. So that is why mostly when you're having programs here, and the program was organized by the Dutch, they always go up there. The Dutch, they come here a lot. Yes.
They like to use the side.
Yes.
They don't want here.
They like to use that side. Because up till now, they still feel that they have some kind of responsibility to this place. So from there going, it's different from down here. That's like offices. And you also have a view of the ocean right behind there. So that is where we'll be going from there. But then, when the prisoners are brought in here, there's a room there where they register them. They just take their details. And after that, they come through this door. From here, you just walk to your assigned cell. So whether you're going to the condensed cell or whichever cell that you go to, That one, it depends on the sentence that you've been given.
It's not bad.
So here is not just a room. In there are rooms. So this was like their residence. And as I can tell you,
It's got from here like 50 to 55 years.
so you can see the difference from that to that.
Yeah.
Using our cement, that's how we got. And these are their cement.
Oh, okay.
So that is why when you are renovating and you use anything, it will change the whole building.
This is the house so
Wow.
This is the prison. This is what you read. Actually, this building that is here that you might be thinking is a modern building. It's actually an old building.
This one.
Yes. But then, because we renovated it, that's why we have this. So that is how come when we are renovating, you need to be very careful. Because the moment you use anything to change how the building looks, it's the same visitors will remind you for what you've done. Yes, sometimes people will come here and say that, oh, they're about to renovate the place. They'll tell you that there is no need to renovate the place. They want to see the place as it is. You have ex-convicts coming here and they tell you that, why do you need to renovate the place? So most of them are against you renovating the whole place. And even renovating the place, it takes a whole lot of time. It's not based on the Ghana government. The moment this place was listed as a World Heritage Site, UNESCO also placed a role in your decision. So if you do anything that goes against them, your heritage site will cancel that.
okay.
Any funds that you need, any support that you need, you will not be getting. Yeah, so if you are renovating, you sit together with them. If they'll be able to help. From your side, you bring the architect from their side. You sit down and you plan on how you are going to go about it. If not, don't even try it. Because if you try it, your site might be cancelled and it goes against the country itself. So that's why all our heritage sites, we are just careful with what they do around it. So all the 3 castles, the 28 fort, they are very careful how they manage it. For the Elmina Castle, the Cape Coast Castle, they do not allow any excavation to go on around there. Because for that building, Elmina Castle alone is over 500 years old. So doing anything to the land will trigger the collapse of the building. And when you do that, it means you'll be answering to UNESCO. Even when it comes to things like that, the Ghana government wants to really have a system because it has already been listed. And it's not only the fort and the castle. We have the Ashanti traditional homes, the Rabanga Mosque. All of them have been listed. So all you have to do is to find ways and manage it. And that is what UNESCO has been doing. How to manage it. That's the whole point. Not you changing the whole thing. Because you see some people coming here. A Ghanaian will come here and tell that the place is not nice. A foreigner is coming here and will tell that this is the most beautiful place that he has seen or she has seen. I experienced one, a UNESCO member from China. She came there and was like, wow, this place is beautiful, but someone else will come and say that the place is not nice. They were like, oh, they're about to renovate the place. She was like, no, she has to talk to the UNESCO member that it's not necessary. to do that.
The China person?
Yes, she's a UNESCO member. She was like, it's not necessary. So even when it comes to innovation, you can't even get your head around it because it's a whole lot of process. So we'll be going into the gallery.
Okay, so is there a gate of that gate?
For this place, the gate of no return, they've sent it here. But this used to be the original gate of no return, but they are creating something here.
Gates of no return.
We just wanted to change this place like a slave trade. So we used to have statues here. The whole ground.
What happened?
The whole compound. Actually, the statues were scaring people a lot. They were scaring people a lot. And people were trying to steal it away. Yes.
Here?
Yes.
But it's heavy now.
It's heavy. They don't come one. They don't come like one. They come like... Yes. So they tried to take it away. So we just had to just take all the statues and keep them in a room. We used to even have one in the rooms over there. But then one day, I don't know what the person was going to look at. The curiosity of the person almost passed out.
Wow.
Because the moment the person opened the door, she saw the statue standing there with the shackles and everything, and she almost passed out. So we just had to take it away from here. But now it's being kept somewhere, so they are just waiting to rebuild everything that they want to build and put the statues there. So in there is just like a small gallery that just talks about slave trade. So that is what we have here. Like it's not anything big. We just have like something small that just talks about slave trade. So we just have like the slave farms here, even though these are not the original ones. We just want to give the idea that these were the kind of farms that will come to our left. So here is for the neck, and this is for the wrist. We have one for the wrist as well. So something like this, to have this here, we have this joint or linked to the person behind you. So it's connected. So once you fall down, everyone is falling down here. So these are the kind, and with these chains from them, they move them from one place to the other. And you have to remember that all the forts and castles are built at the coastal areas of the country. So if someone was taken from the northern region, the person will be walking all the way from the north. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The only people who are privileged to sit on the horses are the guys or the military. But the rest, when you are tired, you sit. When you die, they just remove the keys and leave you there. If you misbehave, they just shoot and they want to speed up your distance. So these chains will be put on them and move them from one point to the particular fort where they will be kept. And it can take them months. So they get to know the
So on the way they get once a day.
Eat once a day. When you die, you die. How these people were moving. And look like most of them were following a specific path to come to Africa. So at first, they come from their countries to Africa here to trade and then they go back. The more reason why they were coming here was because they have heard that Africa, the land in Africa is rich in gold. So that was why they were coming. And when they came, that's why they settled in the central region, the coastal area, where they'll be able to mine the gold. So they come here, trade, and then they go back until the slave trade started. That is when they come here, trade, add the humans, because they got to know that trading in humans was more profitable and it was cheap. Also, it was cheap. And also the African continent, we were not together. There was division amongst us. So it was easy to deceive some people, also take the slaves with them. So the moment they take the slaves, they bring them to these two continents, the North and the South America. Because these places were full of farmlands. And these farmlands belonged to the rich people from Europe, whether being Denmark, Portugal, or England. They belonged to them. So they were bringing the people here for them to work. And they were more interested in the Africans because they were strong. They can work for hours. So they come here, leave them there to work. And then they will then collect the sugar, the tobacco, the cotton, and everything. And then they take it back to Europe again. And these things are manufactured into the textiles, the wrap, and other things. And then they bring it back to Africa again. And then the cycle continues. So they were traveling in a triangular form. That's why they call it a triangular slave. So you can swap how the movement here. So if they bring the slaves here, when they are going back, they don't take the slaves with them. The maximum number of slaves they take with them is 5. Yes, that is why it's hard for you to see that. Because all the Africans were kept here. And even the ones that they take with them, they work on the ship. We're not just taking them there to go and live the life of life. We leave them there to work on the ship. So that is why we have that. Hello. So moving on here, we have these items right here. These are just household items that is placed for people to know. These were the things that we were using or our people were using before the arrival of in a household. These are some things that when you go there, you see. That's why we have a depiction of the household setting, having all the items we have on the table. So that is why we have all this.
What is this place anymore? Let's use one source.
So here just have a picture of the kind of ship that is something like this. This particular one was a ship that was built by the Portuguese around the 15th century. So the Portuguese was the first European country to arrive. But we were not the first white people to get here. They were earlier explorers who had been here. But then these people were the ones who came to settle here. And you have to remember that even with that, the Portuguese coming in 1471, that's the second time. They have already been here in 1422, just to navigate the area. Just to check out the book before 1471. Then we have a model of the this is the biggest fortification that we have in the whole of West Africa. So this is the oldest that we have, number 500 years old. So this one has a different design from the Osu Castle and the King's Castle, because the Osu Castle and the King's Castle were built by the British. This was built by the British, and it took them close to 10 years.
10 years.
Then we expanded. The number of slaves that we were buying was too much. It was too much. We couldn't handle them. They got castles here. So this is one of the three castles that we have. Yes, in West Africa. So that is the Elmina Castle. The original name of this castle is St. George's Castle. St. George's Castle, built in a place called Edinburgh.
So why did they St. George's Castle before it was changed?
Yes, actually, they named the castle after that person. Yes, they named the castle after that person. The person is called Sir George Delmina. Sir George Delmina, St. George of the March. Yes, so the name Elmina is the correct. So the person they named the castle after. Sir George Delmina.
Elmina.
St. George of the Mines. That's the name of the person. But he was the one who kind of discovered where the gold was. So we just knew that it was. Then we have like the Cape Coast Castle built by the British. Then we have the Osu Castle that was built as a fort by the people of Denmark and Norway. But then when those people abolished the slave trade, they sold it to the British. Because now the slaves who were with them got their freedom. So in their mind, they thought that they had lost their property. They don't have anything again. So everything that they had built here, they sold everything to the British, making the British their only European country, handling only for the 14,000 people of the country. Because for the British, they come to you, they talk. If you try to disagree, then they fight you. So it's like they take it by force. That's what they do. And there you have like other forts. So you have the fort at Colonia, as I mentioned, was built by the British. Sabine, as you can see the name there. Then we have Fort Fredericksburg. That is a German fort. In the Western region. Then you have Fort Amsterdam. This is the building I was talking about. The building that no matter what you can do it. So just about the building. This is how it works. No matter how you try, you cannot use cement where you know you cement. Some of the buildings you had to crash the seashells, mix it with something just to get what you need. So this is it. Now this is the state of the building. Now, what's so this is the whole thing that you're seeing. The building, it was a nice building.
But it did.
Yes, like this. So this was built by the British. And the Dutch attacked them and took over. So hence the name Fort Amsterdam. It was called a lot of concern.
Was for the British?
Yes. The Dutch. So that was the British before. The race between the Dutch and the British didn't start here. Every country they were fighting. Every country that they colonized, they were fighting. So in Accra here, we have something like British Accra and Dutch Accra. They both have their stories here. And the people here actually have, some of them have Dutch names. Like the name, Wonderful. Wonderful is in Dutch name. So that's it. Then we have Fort St. Giles that was built by the Dutch. That is because they had taken over the island first. They were not ready to let the British attack. So they just did. So this is from here. So standing there, you should see everything going on here. So they were just using it to protect themselves in that time.
So is it the one that's on your heart? You see from that side.
But at the end of the day, the British still got their house. So it was actually the British were the reason why the Dutch lost interest in this. So the Dutch were here for over 200 years.
Is it 200 years? What was this?
So for this place, the items that you are seeing here, excluding this and that, the rest of the items actually dates back to the slavery era. Yes, so this was a ship called Fredericksburg. But then its original name used to be Christian because the Danes in the Norwegians built the ship and they named it Later on, the people of Denmark decided to build the ship. So in the year 1767, October 1st, this ship got here, reached here, and started Fort Christian, which is not very successful because that was their headquarters. So they got there, they were here to trade. They stayed here, they were done with their trading, but then they were not satisfied just because they were not getting the number of enslaved Africans that they want. So they extended their stay here and they stayed here for 7 months. So after the 7 months, they had been able to gather 265 people, whereby all these people were branded and loaded onto the ship. The ship left the shores of Africa here, heading to the Americas, where it left the slaves there for them to work. So for them, they are just going for their items. So they got the items, picked 3 slaves with them, put them on the ship, and they were headed back to Denmark again. But then on their way, the ship was hit during a storm, leading to the sinking of the ship. So the ship sank, the slaves died. Some of the crew members were able to survive. So you have to remember that whilst they were coming, the crew members that they came, most of them died here in Ghana. The captain even died. So it was the second captain who went back with them. So when the ship sank, they were able to save some documents. And through that document that they were able to trace this when they found the ship again. And the ship was not found in a year or 2. The ship was found after 206 years. 206 years. So the ship sank in the year 1768 and it was found in 1974, September 15th. That was when they discovered the ship. Even with that, they have been looking for it. Some Norwegian divers discovered it. So they had to come back and put it to the authorities. Then a year later, in 1975, they pulled it out. They did their research and they decided that this was the ship. Yes, so this, the original one is there, but it's plastic. So it's just place the rest of that. Every other thing that you see, from the slave products, this was special about the slaves, for the slaves, was to try to run away with plantation. It's smaller than the normal, but that was this is we have the sugarcane there, we have the sugarcane knife. So if you have this surrounded, you still have to work. And you have the sugarcane knife, you have the diary which is very here, and here you have a list of the people who sent the slave owners come to life. So the seventh end that you are seeing here is not so His Majesty has the business. The next one is 4 minutes of our work. So that is how we listen to it. 4 minutes, 4 and 1 minute. The next one is 16 and 2 minutes. Yes, but these yes, it wasn't just grown-ups. Young ones were also taking us work.
These boys.
Yeah.
For about 200 years, not doing anything.
And that ship that they use, the kind of food that they use in building that ship, is a kind of food that can stay in water for more than 300 years without getting destroyed. And that ship is one of the parts of the ship right there.
So it's sinking means the waves was too much for the ship, right?
It was a storm.
Okay, storm. On the Atlantic Ocean, or?
Yes, they were traveling through the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, so here we just have the ivory of an elephant and the tusk of a hippopotamus. Yeah.
So is that the horn?
Yes, the horn of the elephant. Before you get this horn, you have to kill the elephant. Before you get it, and there are bigger ones than this. Which now, even now, as of 2023, this cost millions of dollars.
Huh?
Yes.
So this one is inside, this one is millions of dollars.
Yes.
So if I come and I dash and I move it.
When you take it and you sell it, you get money. That's why in Kenya, they are hell bent on you not coming there and killing the elephant. Some white people came there, took a lot of these, even they were small, and they were taking it away. They took everything back and bent all of them. It's huge, and it's a whole lot of money. And back then, having this, it means you are very rich. It's used for so many things, like for just to hang in your room.
Okay.
And also the strings in the piano. This was what they were using for those strings. Yes, so this, as of now,
so were the elephants killed by the blacks or the whites?
The white people, they will shoot it, then they just cut it. Because unless you kill it before you get this. And
so I wanted to know, so it's the white who kills the elephants?
Yes. And in Ghana here, you can't even get used to the elephant you have in the northern region. Because the elephant you have here are the wild ones. Yes, the elephant in the northern are the wild ones. They can kill you. So these ones were taken from islands. That is where we are getting this. The elephants that you have in Thailand are the ones. So some are really big that you can carry